Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today is an exciting day because I discovered that with a second profile, which Celeste, she's called Celeste, right, from Animal Crossing, is enabling me to have right here, I can start a brand new save game of Dreamlight Valley without losing any of my progress. I can't wait. I really wasn't into it when we first got this game. It took me a minute, so I can't wait to kind of go into it brand new, feeling the way that I do about it now, with all of my knowledge that I have as a new player. I'm going to quickly make my character because do you care about this part? I mean, maybe some of you do, but I'm going to just throw together a person and then we'll get into the actual game. I don't love the lack of hairstyle options. Also because she's so pale and she's wearing white, she kind of looks like a chef. Okay, we're going to stick with that for now. Oh, I didn't do any lipstick. There's no wonder she looks like she's got no lips. Is this the outside colour? I think so. Let's try. Oh, it's cute. I really like the creator person in Dreamlight Valley. Oops. No, I just lost all my stuff. Why? I swear, the controls between Animal Crossing and Dreamlight Valley are like opposite. So it really screws with me.
Our story begins with an ending, as you decide it's time to leave the city behind. Yearning for a pause from life's responsibilities, you arrive at a familiar place. A quick stroll along a nearby path leads you to a spot where, as a child, you found that life was simpler, and with a touch of imagination, all your dreams would come true. Finding the perfect place for a rest, you begin remembering these long-lost dreams and drift off to sleep.
Got a Desperate Housewives vibe to it. Also, I love the premise of the story for a video game. I think it would be a great movie. Almost to a point of like, was this the idea for a movie and then they made it into a video game? But I can barely remember how it began. I just remember I was confused and it felt like a lot. So I'll be interested to see how I feel about it a second time around once I've actually kind of played it to the current updates.
Dreamlight Valley used to be a cheerful place full of happy villagers. Life was flourishing here thanks to our ruler's magic. Until our ruler vanished and the forgetting began. Our memories faded, the valley became a shadow of itself. We tried to save our memories of the life that had been.
And here I am to help. Okay, I'm ready to help restore the valley.
Ah!
Okay.
Haha, stupendous!
Because we have the magic of Dreamlight Valley, we will be able to remove these thorns. It's not the best. It's got kind of a haunted mansion.
Such a shame. Oh!
Okay, let's get rid of the night thorns inside the house. I wonder if I can get rid of this trash at the same time. I can. I'll tell you one thing in Dreamlight Valley that I like when you don't have an Animal Crossing, that you can just run through things and collect them. That I enjoy. Real quality of life update. It's a piece of the puzzle, Merlin.
Well, hello.
What do you mean?
Most
To memory.
befuddling.
It's like a fog has lifted.
A dark age indeed.
You see, some of it feels like it's voice acted. I get why it can't be, because it must have been translated into so many different languages, but I just feel like that really would have been the extra mile for this game. Okay.
Why, that's quite comical.
We might be able to collect that pickaxe from the town.
How marvelous! Haha, stupendous! Well now, you see...
Did you give me... Oh, you gave me the quest log. You made some... I can't remember what they're called, like moon... I want to say moon stars, moon coins? Moon tokens, something like that. Let's collect this. Quick! Quick as you can! Oh no! It's stopping me from doing it! God. I mean, how I would have been able to do anything with those things. Move some of these night thorns. I think it was kind of over-facing, truthfully. When I first started, I kind of came out here and was like, oh, it's just messy and I don't like it. And the camera controls as well, I've changed them in the settings. When I first started, the camera control was so sensitive. Could stand to be less. The camera controls were like uber sensitive and I felt like I couldn't control anything. So just steadily, I made some little adjustments that made the game nicer to play. And once I realised that from like day one you can move all the stuff around, that was a bit of a game changer. Although I would say, just be careful and don't go moving things around too soon. Like I moved everything. As soon as I realised I could edit the world that we were in, I moved everything. I moved like houses, I moved everything. And then later on in the game there are some clues and you get pictures like that one that I just opened up. And it will give you an indication of where to find something. But in the pictures there will be landmarks that you now could have moved. And so that's kind of difficult to find where things were if you don't remember where you moved them from. I'm just gonna go run around and clear as much as I can, and then I'm gonna go and get pickaxe. Oh, I'm gonna need some of this. So you can eat fruit for energy. This was something as well when I've started playing Animal Crossing again recently that I feel like is actually missing from that, because I suppose there has to be something slowing you down. With that game, the story progression is slowed down by the game itself. Like you can only play so much in a day, there's only so much you can do. Whereas with this you could just play and play and play and play. There's no time limit to how much you can do all at once. Like you could complete the game in a couple of days if you really commit yourself to it. Although why you would want to. Whereas with Animal Crossing, it's intentionally kind of parceled out to you as a slow burn. So I think the only thing that they've got in this game that slows you down is the fact that you don't have endless energy, and you do need to either go back to your house to recharge, or you need to eat something. And different foods, fruits, eventually when you cook, they all have different like energy buffs. They give different amounts of energy, but they also will give you speed and stuff. I'm just going to turn this game audio down a little bit, because as I'm walking around and collecting those things, it's super loud. It's kind of a little bit too harsh of a sound. So many games I play, they're like casual games for me, Also, can you see what I mean about the controller being like, woo? It must be like a bit of a seasick game to watch, truth be told. I'm gonna turn that sensitivity down even more. See if that helps any. Because it really is very like this for me. Ooh, I found the watering can. Excellent. Okay, let's see if I can water the plants behind me. Oh, I already had a camera, apparently. Okay. I also love the gardening mechanic in Dreamlight Valley. Love. I watched a review where someone was saying that it felt like when you start playing, it kind of assumes that you already play this kind of game. It doesn't give you a lot of, it just kind of lets you run through immediately. Like we know that we're supposed to be following Merlin and we'll get to that, but it doesn't give you like a hint guide, like a moment by moment, remember you're supposed to be doing this now. It's not quite as hand-holdy as some games. So it definitely thinks that you're already used to these farming type games, and like throws you in at the deep end a little bit, which perhaps is why I felt so overwhelmed initially when I played it for the first time, because it just felt like, oh, this is too much and I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing. Whereas with Animal Crossing, at any point if you were like, what is it I'm supposed to be doing again? I've got a specific mechanic in asking Tom Nook. I don't think that I would have become as interested in this game had it not been for YouTube, because I watched so many videos that explained even the quests and stuff. I just didn't, it wasn't obvious, it wasn't super clear. It's a lot more complex of a game, but once you're in, it really is quite addictive. It also pays to be a hoarder in this game, which we'll get into. They made some updates recently that made the storage so much better. It made me mad that I had put so many resources into what now is pretty rubbish storage, because the storage now that is available is just so much better. And this, you know, like just walking around, collecting things, clearing things up. You know those games where you are like cleaning and you start off in this like a messy space, and then how can I get this? Oh, there it is. There's a messy space, and then you just steadily clear up, and then eventually everything's just totally clear and tidy, and it all feels really chill. I'm not a tidy person in real life, but I do appreciate a tidy room. And this, the thing of just it all looking like a nightmare, and steadily walking around, clearing up the space, making it nice, as Dorinda would say. It's just so chill. It's really, it's not therapeutic. What's the word I'm looking for? You know, like just something just calms you down. There's lots of little bits that are around that I haven't collected yet. I'm just clearing everything, and then we'll go and get those. I think I've pretty much collected everything from this upper level for now, so I'm going to go and get the things that I spotted around as we went, including the pickaxe. What do you know? I was the one that needed to come to collect this pickaxe. People have tried and failed. Had to be me. Oh, look at that. It's a beautiful sunny village. Look at that. Also, now we can go and hit all those rocks. There were some other things. Here we go. A spade. There's a spade. What have we got now? I think the only thing we haven't got is the fishing rod. That is on the lower level where Goofy lives. Haha! So now we need the pickaxe. If you are playing for the first time, don't sell anything unless you have to. Unless someone is telling you you need to sell this thing to finish this quest, absolutely do not sell one single thing, because you will need it. And resources are not easy to come by. Especially early on, things like iron, never sell that, never, never, never. I've heard people say don't sell gems. I've never had a problem finding gems. They've been some of the easier ones for me. Here it is, the fishing rod, and I believe Goofy should be around here somewhere. Let's get rid of some of these rocks. Oh, need to eat something first. Also, I mean, I've now moved all the bushes, all the trees, all of everything, obviously. But playing through now, where things are placed do make a lot of sense in terms of like foraging and like adventuring around the game. They are strategically placed, because there's never been a point where I've thought, oh, I need to go and get, just as I'm running out of energy, there's something exactly in my path to eat and recharge. So there's definitely some method to that. And I'm going to try not to move everything immediately this time. Some things need to go. I am going to probably be moving like some unnecessary bushes and rocks and stuff. It's going to need to go, just because I like clean playing area. But I otherwise will try to be good. Try to leave the game as it was intended to be played. I'm running out of space in my inventory, so let's open some of this stuff up. There's a chest that Merlin gave me. Let's see. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to open this chest. Let's see what's inside. A chair, 5 apples, 3 cookies. What am I going to do with these things? I do not have space for any of them. Where are they going to go? Where did they go? Did I lose them forever? Oh no, they're there. I happen to have space for them. Okay, and these little these little bags, when you get those, open them straight away, because they'll go into your inventory and they just, like your other inventory, your like household inventory. And you don't have to ever worry about them again. Okay, what have I got space-wise now? Oh, I'm full again. I'm full again. Okay, fine. Well, when I need to recharge next, I will be sure to eat those apples to give me a little bit of space. Now, this is an orb. This is something we will get to. There are plenty of quests in the game, and a lot of them center around, or the big ones. Oh, look at this. Almost like something special in there. We'll come back to that. A lot of them, like the big ones, center around finding the orbs and placing them back where they should be. Oh, I know, my inventory's full. Just trying to clear the area, because something in me says you must do this before you continue. Please tell me it's not just me. I can't just like play. I have to do this first. This is job 1, which is so funny, because in real life I live surrounded by mess. If I lived alone, I would be like on hoarders. I would be the person who you never go around to the house because you don't need to see it. Because I live with other people, my family, it kind of keeps me accountable, and I have to be a reasonable person. And because of that, my house looks nice, and I enjoy tidying it up for guests. But honestly, I feel like if I lived alone, it would just get to a point of no return. I'm just an untidy person. And so it's kind of funny that when I play these games, the first thing I need to do is just like, this is stressful. This is overwhelming. The mess is stressful. My own personal mess. It is stressful. It is overwhelming. But that, knowing that, doesn't actually help. Does not make me a tidy person. I don't know what to tell you. We all have our quirks. Okay, well, I'm nearly done. And then we can go and chat with Merlin. Also, if you press the plus sign on your controller, this is where you find the quests. And we have quite a few quests going on right now. So I'm going to do this one. That's going to be the one, and that's going to then appear in that corner. Find Merlin, waiting for you at the Dream Castle. That is my next port of call. As soon as I've cleared up the majority of this stuff. Okay, I had to give it up because I'm running out of storage. Let's go and see what Merlin has to say.
Oh, hello.
This is the Dream Castle. I can't seem to remember what's inside. Well, perhaps we'll find out.
Such a shame. Hmm?
Okay, so we need stronger magic to
I couldn't have done better myself.
eradicate these kind of night thorns, these enormous night thorns. What should I do next, Merlin? So what do I do?
Listen closely. A dark age
Talking in
indeed.
riddles.
Just a minute.
Follow Merlin. Okay. Well, now we're getting somewhere. Okay.
Well, hello.
Everything sparkles, but Dreamlight becomes scarcer and scarcer as the
Outstanding.
forgetting took over. Okay. So I have to be careful with the amount of Dreamlight magic that I use because it's in short supply. Okay, so he's going to ask me to look into this well, and when I look
Thank
into
you.
this well,
You're very kind.
I'll show you what happens. This shows me Dreamlight, and I can collect it for doing little jobs. So this is much like Nook Miles if you've played Animal Crossing. Now, if you, again, press plus on your controller, it will get you there as well. It's in, like when I was first playing, I 100% thought I had to go to that well every time I wanted to look at Dreamlight. It's just not obvious. There were for sure some things in the beginning that just seemed more difficult than they actually were. So I'm collecting my Dreamlight. I've got 250 now. I'm going to need quite a bit more than that if I want to get into that castle. Also, I think oh, there's one more tool that I'm left to get, and that actually is, oh, still no storage. Flippin' flop. How much more stuff have I got? I probably didn't need to collect all of the flowers, but also I wanted to collect all of the flowers. I wonder if I can manage to keep them. Time will tell. Right, let's go and find Goofy, because if I go into the quests, I have a quest to return the broken fishing rod back to Goofy. I believe he should be down here, because this is his house. Let's see. Oh, stuck. I'm stuck. Hey! And so we meet our first villager. In case you hadn't noticed,
How you
when there's a new
doing
quest,
today?
a little blue thing appears above their head.
How's it going? Hmm?
Or rather, the blue thing appears when you've got like a new job on an ongoing quest. If it's a brand new quest, then it's a purple little icon above their head. Like, if you'd noticed as we were walking around, there was Scrooge McDuck hanging outside the building, and he had a little purple logo above his head. So that will be a quest that we can do. I just want to finish the ones that we've got first. Okay. So we're returning the broken fishing rod, and Goofy's complaining about his stall and how it needs to be fixed up. Thank you, Goofy. I do believe that completes my set. I'm not going to be wearing that. Absolutely not. Oh, it's so stylish. Thank you so much. I think that completes the magical tools. He's going to make me put that outfit on, isn't he? Right, let's open this chest while we're here, because otherwise I'll forget all about it. Sunglasses. Well, since the sun came out, I suppose that's useful again. So now we're synced to real time. So if I was playing in the evening, it would be dark now. Now, there are some things that you can do about that if that's not for you. There should be a chest in here. Aha! We're going to just, like, do a massive chest open. Not right at this very minute, but I will do that. You can actually go into the settings and change. I know this because I hate doing things in the dark in Dreamlight Valley. You can change the, is it graphics? Yeah, to offset time of day. So if I plus this by a few hours, it should be nighttime. It's just a little bit too dark. Sometimes it's okay, but if I'm like collecting things, I like the glow. It's nice enough, but if I'm actually like doing chores and stuff and my daily Dreamlight duties, I prefer for it to be light. So I'm going to put that back to normal. Ooh. If I'm playing, stop it. If I'm playing at nighttime, I do tend to offset just for the light. It doesn't actually make a difference at all to the time in the game. If you were waiting for something to happen at, you know, after a certain amount of hours or something, it doesn't impact anything whatsoever. It's not the same as like time traveling, but it is useful for light. Now, to remember how to fish. Supposed to get it in the middle of the bubbles, ideally. Huzzah. Okay, so I'm just going to do another one. B to cast. Let go when you feel like you want to let go. Press A when it says A. And then press A again when it goes green. And then sometimes with the more difficult fish, it will go in again. There'll be multiple circles for you to hit A again.
How's
and
it
again,
going?
again. Initially, I could not get a hang of that at all. I found it really difficult. I can't really even tell you what changed. So this is Goofy's stall, and we're going to help him fix it up.
Hey there. See you later.
Okay. Let's see how much
Good
money
idea.
Scrooge wants to fix up this stall. Ooh, at no extra cost.
Hey.
That is kind of you. However, I think that's a one-time deal. All of the other places that we fixed up, I believe we need money for, and I think the reason this is no cost is this is our only source of money. We can now go and fish and farm and sell things on Goofy's stall, and that is how we're
How's
going to
it
begin
going?
our financial journey in the valley. Oh, thanks. Free sample. We're going to get our garden on. Well, we would. We would get our garden on if I hadn't got so much stuff.
Oh.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay, we've completed one. Have I got all the tools? I've got all the tools. Okay, so now we need to find Merlin because I've got all the tools. I think we can probably complete that quest as well. Although he hasn't got a little thing over it. Oh, no, he has. He's got a little tick over his head. Quest complete,
Oh,
Merlin.
hello.
I did you proud.
I do.
We have all of the tools. Yay! Level 2. Oh, I forgot the energy increased as you increased levels as well. It did feel like particularly low. Excellent. Okay, let's see what other Dreamlight duties we've finished. Gotta be collecting that Dreamlight. Now, the Dreamlight duties at the very top are much the same as on Animal Crossing, where you've got those daily duties and you've got to collect them within that day, otherwise they disappear. You've also got to, like, as you collect them, more populate, so you need to kind of keep an eye on them to maximize the Dreamlight that you get from those. The rest of them you will never lose. It will just kind of like stack up and stack up and stack up. There's absolutely loads and loads and loads and loads that you can get there, so don't worry too much about it, but keep an eye on that top Dreamlight duties bar, because that is one that is actually significant. Okay, so I think we're going to leave it there for the first episode. In the next one, we're going to obviously really hammer that Dreamlight and get as much as possible. I'm also probably going to really clear the valley off camera, and we're going to start digging things up and opening chests and getting all the little sparkly bits from around the valley that I have not collected yet. We've got lots of little bits of clues and stuff that are going to open us up to new quests and new characters, so stay tuned for that. For now, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you've enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!